The night breeze carried a soft scent of jasmine through the open window as Apple lay on the couch, scrolling absent-mindedly through her phone. Her heart raced every time she saw a notification from Ploy. They hadn't talked properly since that awkward night, the night of the kiss that changed everything. Apple sighed. She didn't know whether to call it a mistake or a confession. Ploy's lips had been soft, trembling, filled with a mix of fear and longing. And ever since that night, silence had become their only language. A soft knock on the door broke the stillness. Apple froze. No one ever came this late. She hesitated for a moment before opening the door, and there she was. Ploy. Her hair was damp from the drizzle outside, her eyes filled with uncertainty. "Can we talk?" she asked quietly. Apple nodded, stepping aside to let her in. Ploy walked past her, and her presence immediately filled the small apartment with a blend of comfort and tension. They sat down, facing each other across the living room. "I shouldn't have kissed you that night," Ploy said first, her voice trembling slightly. I couldn't stop myself. I know it was wrong." Apple swallowed hard. "Wrong?" she whispered. "Is that what you think it was?" Ploy looked down at her hands. "You're my best friend. I didn't want to ruin that." Apple's voice softened. "But what if you didn't ruin anything, Ploy? What if it was exactly what I wanted to?" Silence. Only the sound of the rain answered them. Ploy looked up, her eyes wide, disbelief slowly melting into hope. "You mean?" "Yes," Apple said, her lips curving into a small, nervous smile. "I've been trying to deny it for so long. But when you kissed me, it felt like everything finally made sense." Tears welled up in Ploy's eyes, glistening in the dim light of the room. She moved closer, her fingers gently brushing against Apple's hand. "Then why did you ignore me?" Apple let out a shaky breath. "Because I was scared. I was scared of what this all means. Scared of losing you if it wasn't real." "It is real," Ploy whispered, her voice breaking. "Every time I look at you, I can't breathe." "I tried to stop, but my heart." Apple silenced her by taking her hand. "Then don't stop." In that moment, the distance between them disappeared. Ploy leaned forward, and their lips met once again, this time, not in confusion, but in certainty. The kiss was tender and slow, like an apology and a promise all woven together. Apple felt her heart melt as Ploy's fingers tangled gently in her hair. The world outside faded away, the rain, the thunder, the fear. All that remained was warmth and a sense of belonging. When they finally pulled apart, both were smiling through tears. "I've wanted this for so long," Apple admitted. "You have no idea." Ploy laughed softly, brushing her thumb over Apple's cheek. "Then maybe it's time we stop pretending." They stayed like that for a while, holding each other, breathing in sync. For once, there was no need for words. The silence was full of unspoken love. Later that night, as the rain eased into a soft drizzle, Apple rested her head on Ploy's shoulder. The TV flickered quietly in the background, casting a soft glow. Ploy's fingers traced circles on her hand, and everything finally felt right. "Do you think people will understand us?" Ploy asked softly. Apple smiled faintly. "Maybe not everyone, but love doesn't need everyone's permission." Ploy turned to look at her, her eyes full of deep affection. "You're my everything, Apple." Apple's lips curled into a gentle smile. "And you're my forever, Ploy." Outside, the clouds cleared, and the moonlight spilled through the window, soft, golden, and full of new beginnings.